Hola, ¿qué tal? Esto es Telehit, soy Horacio Villalobos. Nos encontramos con el grupo System of a Down, que están presentando este disco. How do you feel with this record?
How do we feel?
Yes,
We're very proud of it.
proud of it.
Yeah, we were proud the day we finished it.
And then,
And we're still proud of it.
yes, still.
Yeah, we enjoyed making it, and I think it's quality, so we're happy with it.
You know, when I finish something, then I realize, I didn't like that part. I could do it better. Did it happen with you the
See,
same?
for us, we took our time doing it, you know, and we went through those stages. We had 45 songs that we did, and then we recorded 33, and then we went up to 17, and then
So
to
you were-
14. Yeah, so
It was a whole process.
yeah, and we were
process.
we were happy with it. Like, to us, it doesn't. After we finished it and we were happy as a band, it doesn't really matter how many albums we sold or whatever we did at that point. We're happy. So, to answer the question, how do you feel about this record? The same way I felt the day we finished it. Very happy and very proud.
That's
it.
very
Yeah.
nice. But there is one problem in a sense. When you love your work, sometimes people in the record company do not like it as much as you in
I
some
know.
cases.
That was our biggest fear when we got signed, because we're the type of band that doesn't like to listen to
It's a
anyone.
fear,
and
yes.
We were afraid to sign to anyone,
Yes.
because we were afraid they were going to say, hey, change it to this, or do it this way, or this is going to sell more records, or you know, it's more appealing. And no, but because the way we did it, it was through Rick Rubin, who was through Columbia,
Yes.
who was through Sony. So it's like we had the backing of the big companies, but we had the independence and whatever one, you know, the creative independence with Rubin, because he loved the band for the band, you know. He said he wouldn't have signed us if he wanted to change us, which is really good to hear from someone, and he didn't try to change us, and he actually became part of the team when he started producing. He didn't try to step in and change our vibe, you know, or he created vibes. He made things for us. He made things become better. You know, so we're proud of our label.
Yo! What are you on the wall? How are you on the disorder? No! Somewhere between the sacred silence is
The record company never really tried to make us do anything that we didn't want to do. I mean, they would make suggestions, and we would only listen to suggestions if it made sense, as far as like things that they would know that we wouldn't know. But when it came down to the art, there's a reason they signed us. They like what we were doing, so they really have no right to come in and change what we're doing, and they never tried. They believed in us, and we believe in them with the business side. Let them handle that. They're
Plus,
good
we
at
made a
it.
threat. We made a threat. We said we'll break up the band, change the name, and start all over again.
Is money an issue or not?
Money is an issue if you make it an issue. For us, the art is much more important than any financial situation. But we're also interested in surviving, feeding our families. You know, we don't hate money. You know, I like money. It makes it very easy to feed my family and not worry about whether or not there's going to be a roof over their heads. But that's never been a reason to write a song or an album. You know, it's nice to have it, but that's not a reason to do something.
But it's very hard to find a good balance, isn't it?
It is, and I think if we ever go there, where we're writing for the money, I think we'll probably break up.
This band will break up before that happens.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So you are married? Both of you? You have a family to...
No, when I say family, I'm talking about my parents,
Your
my
parents?
sister.
Oh.
I don't have a wife, and he doesn't have a wife yet. But you know, none of us in the band are married. But that is something that, in our culture, it's kind of an important thing for us one day to have a family, and it would be nice to have security, so that you're not worried about, you know, because it's a big stress. You know, money can be a big stress if you make it a big stress for yourself.
So you say in our culture, what do you mean? Your background, you belong to any kind of religion or
Well, we're all of Armenian descent.
Armenian descent?
Yeah, we have that shared culture. And when I say our culture, I mean Armenians in general. I mean, a lot of people.
Family
it's
is very
for them.
important for your
But
culture.
for us,
Very
it's
important.
especially important.
It's very, yes, also in mine, I belong to a very conservative country, which is Mexico, and we are Catholics.
And it's not so much conservative. We're just very into. I mean, I still live with my parents.
No, but
He just
Armenians are
recently moved out.
conservative. Armenians are conservative people, though. We're like a Christian nation, even though us as band members, you know, all grew up to have our own beliefs, religious beliefs. You know, I believe in my own God, my own higher power, but it's not. certain Christianity or Catholic is,
It's not so much an organized religion as opposed to as much as we have spiritual beliefs that are our own, and we take from every religion as opposed to singling out one.
But I think we all grew up in a Christian family because our families are
And how does it help when you are struggling in the show business world?
It's hard with our families, especially, like my mom was all about me going to school, getting a degree, and I did. I went to school. I didn't get the final degree because our band sort of got signed right at that point, and then I left school because I had to go on tour and leave, So, but she was more concerned with me going to school and getting a nice job and this, but I proved myself to her, all those nights of me waking her up at night playing my guitar in my room. Now she's staying up to watch TV just in case we're on, So it's like, she sees it now, and
they're very proud.
Very proud.
Even though they've always been supportive, they had the fear that we would not, make it, because it's so difficult as a musician to have success.
Yes, it's very difficult.
I mean, there's something like, 100-something thousand albums released per year, and how many of them do you really
And
hear
the
about?
people who got lucky, many of them, they don't even record the record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no, they record it and it never gets released, like, I know bands where I'm excited until, like, I see them recording the record, I see them mixing the record, and then I hear 2 months later that that's done. The record's going nowhere.
That's right.
The record business is not a forgiving business. It's a very difficult business to be in. But we're not worried about the business aspect of it. We're going to make music that we're proud of, regardless of what the business does.
But I have to say, we're not lame to the business either. We have eyes around our heads and we know what everyone's after, and we know. I mean, yeah, we believe in the art and we're for the art, but we know that there's business exists, and we have people and we know things, and we're always on top of our business,
How do you deal with temptations?
What
kind of temptations?
Like easy sex, drugs, easy relations, one-night stands, because you travel a lot.
Yeah, well,
But we have girlfriends, so, getting into that conversation is not going to help our situation.
But before my girlfriend, yeah, I went nuts. I'll be honest.
That's nice.
I've got a girlfriend now who I've been faithful to, but before that.
But it's difficult to be faithful when you
So hard when you
are out of your town always, touring, meeting people, having fans.
Everyone's throwing themselves at you. Yeah, it happens, but it's like, see, I've gotten to a point where it's like, it's not as interesting as it was.
Let me tell you something about people throwing themselves at you. They're not throwing themselves at you. They're throwing themselves at what they perceive you to be. Because they could care less about who you are and what you have in your heart. All they see is what is on stage. And they want to cling to that. So to me, I don't find that attractive.
I did before. I took advantage of it.
Well, I never found it attractive.
So
that's what
you have to learn.
You didn't take advantage of it?
I didn't find it attractive. And I still don't.
I took advantage of it.
Well, I'm not saying I didn't take advantage of it.
Every person has a different way to grow up.
Well, everybody's different. He's different than me, even though we share many things in common. And you'll see this with every band member. That's the beauty of this band, is that we can be different, but we come together. Like, we have a great time. We hang out all the time.
Something like Voltron, Voltron?
Voltron, yeah.
Yes, of course.
He's the leg, I'm the other leg. Yeah.